Parenting is hard. It's hard when you don't know what you're doing. When you're just doing guesswork. So, like someone said, one of my mentors said that sometimes we use our first child to practice, to rehearse, and then we kind of get it better along the way, which is not too good. So, the good thing about parenting is that we need to understand that we are not our parents. So, we were not trying to model what they've done. Of course, you can learn from what they've done, but try to understand the individuality of your own children, because your child is not you, so don't try to parent your child the way you were parented. So it's very important for you to understand the individuality of the child. Two, you need to understand, by understanding the individuality of the child, study their personality. Let me break that down. Their personality. How you parent a choleric is different from how you parent a melancholy.
That's right.
A choleric is bold in your face, will challenge your boundaries. All right, you have to be stern. A melancholy will be quite introverted. You have to use kind and soft words. If you flip the strategy, you might break the spirit of the melancholy child. All right. So understand their uniqueness, understand their personality, understand their interests. So you don't force them into sport that they hate just because you couldn't play that sport. All right. Find out what's their natural bents, their natural inclination, the way they should go, and just position them. I watched a video online. The man said we should not think about ourselves as parents, as engineers who are trying to create a being. No, you should think about yourself as a farmer. So a farmer looks at the seed and say, what is the best soil, the best environment, the best nourishment for this seed to grow? An engineer looks at the seed and tries to deconstruct it, to change it. No. So think about yourself as a farmer that cultivates. All right, say this is the capability of this. All right, so it's best in this soil, it's best in this weather, it's best in this season, depending on the kind. We live in the UK, for example. There are things you plant. Mostly don't grow during winter, but some things you have to plant them during spring. Something you have to. So you have to know the season, and so that thinking about yourself as a parent, as a farmer, to cultivate, to nurture. So you have to know their personality, their temperament, their natural gifting. What they are passionate about. What do they keep talking about? What do they keep talking about? And look at how you can use what they are naturally interested in to shape their value system. Values are very important. So what do I mean by values? The belief system that guides their behavior. And that's why when you do a good job in having a good family vision, a good family value system, you can use in what they are interested in to drive those values. Let me give an example of values. Values of integrity, for example. It will never go out of fashion. Many leaders we have today, they lack integrity. They say one thing, they do another. So if you raise a child that keeps to his word, the person will stand out in a very corrupt environment. If you train a child that has a value of excellence, they will deliver when other people have all thrown in the towel. You see, so these values are very important. Identify your core value, like 5 core values, and sell that to your children by modeling them. Yeah, don't tell them you're going to do. Don't tell them to do something you are not doing.
Yeah. Awesome. We used the word parenting is hard because that's the famous thing people
Absolutely.
say. But then we have to point out that it's not as hard as we always think of it. When you don't have the solution, when you don't have that knowledge for something, it might seem hard.
Absolutely.
But my favorite thing to say is that I have been empowered to parent this child. I was having this conversation with someone about something I'm working towards regarding our daughter, and I said to this person, yes, it's something I'm lacking the skill for, but I am learning. I'm trying to pick up that skill to be able to do that.
I know what it is.
But say no more.
Say no more.
But I mean, in spite of that, God knew that I had it in me. I have that thing in me, for this child, and thought me worthy of having that child. So whatever it is, whatever area it is, you feel you're lacking any skill or knowledge, or you're struggling, there is the knowledge out there. There's the skill for it. There are people who have done it, who have gone ahead of us, who we can learn from. So today, in that area you're struggling, I just want to bring a message of hope to let you know that it's not as difficult as you think. Let's just step out, let's seek solution, and the solution is not so far from you. I'm hoping that we'll be hearing your story shortly, like I'll be sharing mine one of these days.
I like to also throw in some of the skills that I think you might want to help your children develop that will be transferable. It doesn't matter the industry they choose to work in. So one of it is the leadership skills. Ability to sell a vision to people and to galvanize people around an agenda and around a mission. you need to help them develop that competence. Ability to recognize patterns. I was listening to Tony Robbins, and he said one of the key things is ability to recognize patterns. What do I mean by this? They say success leaves clues. So it's an ability to recognize clues. So if you look at a situation and why is this thing successful, you are able to disintegrate it and say this is why. Then capture those principles, replicate them in your own life in any time, achieve the same level of success. It will free them from unnecessary envy. All right, because they know that they can achieve anything they want to do. It's just for them to choose what they want to do. A very good relationship with God. They need to be grounded, core at the top. You don't want children that will that worship being agnostic.
Yes.
All right, so because that's a religion on its own. You want people that will, if you have, I'm not talking about being religious. I'm talking about having a relationship with God. That is something it does to the heart of people that releases a dimension of unconditional love for people. And that's what will make them a magnet, because love is something that people are looking for. So these are some of the skills. There are many more, but because of time.
And there's one we'll share in our next video.
Yes.
The one you said our children must have. We'll share. We'll do that.
Absolutely.
We'll do a video on that shortly. All right. We'll see you on the next one. I am Chidi Akunna.
And I am Victor Akunna.
See you on the next one.
Bye-bye.